Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we have our top 10 games that we learned in August.
Of 2023.
Yes.
All right. How many did you do?
I learned 58.
And I was at 48.
Ooh.
So you've been playing 10 games without me. I see how this works.
Dan likes to read rules and we play sometimes online, and I go to game night and we've learned some games there. So some games are from there, and one game at Gen Con I played without you. So there's that.
Mr. Pouty Face.
So yeah, we had Gen Con in August, so we've been playing a lot of games back in this castle of games.
Isn't it the game castle?
This is the game castle, right? So most of these games on the list have been provided by publishers because of recent releases. So
that's right. All but two.
All but two. So that's a lot.
That's a lot. And matter of fact, one of them you purchased, and one of them you played at Gen Con.
And that one I want to buy because it made the list.
Because it made the list.
If it makes the list, it means it's pretty good. Let's just say that much.
So let's start off with my number 10, which happens to be your number 10.
Yeah.
It's sort of weird because I don't know your list ahead of time.
No.
Even though, and it's actually new to everybody here, because your top 10 is not posted yet until tomorrow's blog.
Until tomorrow.
So it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, so this is like
I intentionally
sneak peek.
Don't read your top 10 blog because I want to come up with mine all on my own.
That's good.
So my number 10 and my number 11, I couldn't decide which one was going to make that cut and which one wasn't.
All right.
And then I decided, and they're both the same. My number 10 and your number 10.
Yep, it is Tucana Builders.
Yes, from Aporta Games.
Yes.
Provided to us by Aporta.
Yes.
In Tucana Builders, you are drawing tiles from a bag and placing it into a particular region on your board. And you're going to do that 12 times. Then you're going to score. Then you're going to do it 12 more times. Then you're going to score. And that's the game.
Yep, it is very much like the original roll and write game called Trails of Tucana. So if you've played that, it would have a very similar feeling to that. But this one is actually placing tiles on your board, and you're at the mercy of what tiles you draw from the bag. But it's still a lot of fun to try and make those connections.
It's weird that they took a roll and write and made a game. Usually you take a game and make a roll and write.
Right.
So.
But yeah, I really like it. It's quick, and you make some tough choices, like when to use your wild card, and then to try and get all those scorings. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Trying to connect up the yellow pumas with the yellow huts, and the blue monkeys with the blue huts, and the red snakes with the red huts. Yeah. And the toucans with any hut.
Yeah.
So, and so highest point value wins.
Yeah, it's a nice game.
Yep. Certainly worth checking out. Both of our number 10, Tucana Builders. And just think, top 10 is basically what? Top 20% for both of us, basically.
Right.
So,
for sure.
Any of these games, you can pretty much bet that it is highly recommended by the both of us. So, yeah. My number 9 is different from your number 9. My number 9 is Neotopia, provided to us by Arcane Wonders.
Yep, this just missed my list too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really like this one as well. It's kind of puzzly, and it's pretty.
Yeah. Well, it's super pretty. It's pretty because it's got all those blasts of colors. I mean, look at the colors on this box cover.
Super it's very pretty. Attractive, yeah.
And it's just as pretty inside as well. So you've got these discs that are being pumped out by these factories. I think it's supposed to be like green energy and red something else and blue something else. And so you're trying to the theme doesn't necessarily matter. You're just trying to create these discs into patterns into 3 big zones on the board. And you are trying to get these points in each of these zones as evenly as possible, because it's got a little bit of Knizia type scoring at the end.
Yeah, a little bit.
You've got the 3 different zones that score. Your lowest zone will score triple. So if your lowest zone is pretty high up there, that's what you want. And I think I did that really well.
You were very good
in all the games that I've played of this,
You're natural.
I've ended up with like 15 or 16 or 18 points for all three regions. And I'm like, yes, 5 times 18, because I got 18 in region 1, 2, and 3, and then triple that. It's
pretty. You did well.
That was,
You've done well. I don't think I'll ever win if you're playing the game, but maybe I'll go teach my other group, and
then you can destroy them.
That's right.
But yeah, I love the puzzly aspect of it, and with a little bit of randomness with the discs coming out, slightly uneven. You're like, hey, where are my blue discs? I need some blue discs, and there are no blue discs to be had because you can't just make it happen.
Yeah.
So
this one is co-designed by Orlando Saw, and I always like playing his games. He also had another one coming out called Kelte that we also played this month. It didn't make our list, but also
it was close. It was on my short list.
It's worthy of being mentioned right now, just because I do enjoy his titles. He's always thinking of something a little different outside the box. So
I believe Kelte was my number 12.
Yeah, I mean it was close. Like I said, it was a really strong month of games for me, and just in general. So definitely probably the strongest month this year, at least for me. So
yes, I gotta say there were some really strong ones up at the top, like the top 15, and then there was about mediocre game and mediocre game, mediocre, because that was about a week where we just played. We played every mediocre title, and I'm like, and we'll get rid of that one and that one and that one.
Well, but we have the games in order to.
We have to
try and see if there's that hidden gem out there. You never know what you're going to play. That's what's great.
Well, I mean, you've said it before that you play all the games because your next game you play could be your favorite.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
And you know what? That might have happened this month.
Oh, I know which one that is.
We'll find out in a minute. So, my number 9 is a cooperative puzzly type game called Tesseract from Smirk and Laughter.
Which is Smirk and Dagger's cooperative line.
Or
humor line or family line. However, I would not call this a family weight game.
Yeah, probably not. It's a more challenging.
So it's a bit more challenging.
There's a lot of like interconnecting things that are happening because you can trade with people, and everybody has player powers, and there's a lot of different little mechanics that you have to remember. Like when you do 2 of these things, you get to flip a card, and if you complete this, you get a card, and so little rules that you could easily forget if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dice manipulation and when to roll dice and what to do with this action. So it's pretty icon heavy.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, there's a lot of different things going on, but it's not that complicated. Like once you get into it, you kind of get into it, I feel.
So to describe what is happening with this Tesseract.
Yeah.
The bad guys have got this cube. It's not a Tesseract. It's just a cube. However, this Tesseract is starting to decay, and you are trying to contain these particles and get rid of the ones before that they what's the term I'm looking for?
Oh, prime.
But they're primed, but then they go critical. I can't remember what the term is. Anyway, like in pandemic, if you have 7 or 8 outbreaks, it's similar to that in that if you have 8 of these outbreak sort of things, then you lose.
B. It's B. It's like burst, but it's not burst.
I can't remember what it is. We're terrible. You're good. So the Tesseract is starting to decay, and so the lowest regions of this cube are going to decay, and eventually it's going to decay down into the middle. And when that last little bit is gone, boom, then the cube blows up and we all lose. So we're trying to prevent that from happening. So if you love dice manipulation and you love co-op games, this is probably...
We actually did a playthrough on stream, so you could check it out. It was crazy because we were...
It was close.
I thought we were going to lose.
And we were playing on medium.
Yeah.
With the level 2 base tile.
Yeah, it was...
Out of 8.
I can see how it's just impossible with harder levels. Because we barely maybe survived it.
But I really enjoy co-op survival games that can ramp up in difficulty. Because once you get good at it, and you think, oh, I've got this thing beat, and then they throw the new little curve at you. So
yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it.
Super solid game, though.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
That is Tesseract,
My
provided to us by Smirk and Laughter.
Yep. My number 9.
My number 8 is a game provided to us by Funko Games. It is Disney animated.
Nice. This
Hey,
just
another
missed my list.
yeah, another co-op game.
It is. I know there was actually quite a few.
Yeah,
I feel like we've been playing a lot of co-ops recently, which is good.
it's good.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't used to be a co-op
I
lover
know, but I
until a few years ago.
How
And
about that?
boom, now you are. So in Disney animated, you are taking on the roles of, I guess, animators who are trying to animate the Disney movies. Well, the villains, they know how the movies end, and so they're trying to stop you any way possible. They're trying to make you miss your deadline. They're trying to make you potentially lose some of your Disney magic. They're trying to make you lose some of your inks, or maybe some of your special powers, like the 101 Dalmatians has the little magical doggy bones,
Oh yeah,
little doggy treats, and I think Aladdin's got the genie friend to help out, and so you use all of these powers to get all of your inks and position everything on your little animation cells just right, which when you complete your animation cells and you put your character and you paint the character in, the character will give you special powers that you can call upon. So I really like that it's got action selection that's sort of reminiscent of Arc Nova, one of our favorite games.
Well, yeah, that's a good
And
game.
it is by no means as complicated or as thinky as Arc Nova, but I like that if you choose an action at level 4, you get 4 strength of action, and then that drops to 1, pushing everything else up. Similar to how Arc Nova goes, the unused actions gain in strength until someone finally chooses
And
it.
Civilization New Dawn. You should probably play that.
I should maybe I should.
Just saying. But yeah, this is done really well. The theme is awesome. I love Disney. They could easily expand it with more movies.
Easily, because there's
I'm
5
ready for
or
it.
6 in there.
Yeah,
Um,
there's 5 in the
5 in the game.
yeah. So it's done really well, and yeah, I have very much enjoyed this as well.
So that's Disney animated, provided to us by Funko.
Yep. And then my number 8. So we just played it the other day with our good friend Jason. The Perfect Wave. He co-designed this. When we played on stream, he joined us. That was really cool.
Oh, hey, that's my number 7.
Oh, is
Yeah.
I didn't
So
even
you're number
realize-
8, my number 7,
We
which is
should
going
do
to
a
be
little-
next for me. Might as well put it up there.
Absolutely, I didn't even recognize it. Cool. So yeah, it's a really nice card game. It's very quick. And so you have to really take those paddle out cards because you're trying to catch the perfect wave. In order to do that, you need to paddle out as well as play cards down to make the waves happen and do tricks. So to get points, because you need points.
Yep. You have to play your wave cards and your tricks before you pass that point paddling out. And at some point, then you go out as far as you can, and then wherever you've stopped, you're going to paddle all of those waves back in by maybe collecting sets of cards like a 5-5-5 or a run of 5-6-7-8. And the longer your sequence or run, sequence or set, I should say, the more points you're going to score. And the tricks are going to be above those cards. They might say, hey, combo, if you're next to another combo, you're going to get points. Hey, if this is above your highest number in your wave, you're going to get points. So all sorts of different combo tricks that can happen. There's also private goals and public goals that you're trying to reach, that you're trying to battle for. And so that adds to the fun.
Yeah, it's done really well. We like it a lot. We played it in prototype like years ago at this point, and it's good to see it like come to being.
Yep.
So we've had fun with it.
Yep. We're in the rule book.
Oh yeah,
we're in several rule books now by these days, but this one we got to touch early in its development. When he came to us, the name of the game was originally called Surf's Up.
Surf's Up.
And he said, hey, what do you think about it? And I said, I think it's good enough to show Steph. Hey, Steph. And so Steph saw it and she's like, yeah, this is great. He said, well, there's this contest called Cardboard Edison. I don't know if I should try out for it. And we said, absolutely, you should. And then he won it. And
Yeah, for
then,
real. Then he won
then
it.
he won. This game won the Cardboard Edison Award. And so then he was like, hey, who do you think would be good to publish this game? We gave him a list and the op signed him.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Really good.
So thanks.
We're glad to see this come to be.
Absolutely. So thanks to Jason for coming to show this off on our stream. And thanks to the op for providing this game. Oh, the op actually won. I believe they won the award for most attractive booth at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Because of this game.
Yeah, they had a Hawaiian booth with like tikis and everybody was in Hawaiian shirts. It was just a fun booth.
It was
just fun.
It was fun.
So yeah, well deserved. So that was my number 8, your number 7.
That's correct. We're on your number 7 and my number 11. This was
just missed your list.
Just missed.
Oh no. Well,
hello, Eva.
We have played this on this stream, and we've played it on the Game Guildies, which is our other channel with Derek Wigsby and Duchess Amy. And we love it very, very much. I love it very, very much. It's called Trash Talk. It is a cooperative game where you are using little toys to like communicate words and trying to get people to like come together with.
Provided by Friendly Skeleton, I should mention.
Yeah, and that was Friendly Skeleton, formerly Deepwater Games.
Yes.
Yeah, that change is happening in the process. But yeah, it's a really great game. It plays really any number of players because one person makes the deciding factor on their side, and the other players can work together to try and decide why would the Slinky go with nightmare or whatever the word might be. So it's just
Nightmare's the little alien with all of
if aliens in play. I don't know. But it's fun. They what they've created here is a fun game experience, and it's a game that I don't see I would ever say no to playing just because it's so easy and you can just take it out and play.
Very accessible party game.
Yeah, for sure. People can come in and out and just join it. I mean, it's just so good. So for me, basically almost any other month this would have been like maybe the top game of the month. But because this month is so strong.
It's so strong.
It's at 7. Otherwise, I feel like it still might be in my top 25 for the year. Like,
well, let's find out.
We'll find out at the end of the year. Maybe we'll have amazing rest of the year, but you know what? This game is awesome, and I definitely would recommend it to really anybody because it's so easy and it's a crowd pleaser.
Yep. For those of you who haven't seen this game being played, check out our stream or the stream that we did on Game Guildies.
Yeah.
So, and we've also done a little mashup of Trash Talk and Similo that we've called Trashalo.
Use Similo cards and then have to use the trash.
Match the trash to the Similo cards instead of to words. Yeah.
So that was our mashup there, but you could really do that with like any cards. Like you could take Codename cards, you could use the Dixit cards. You could make this game into so many other cool things.
Absolutely.
So you could just put like a stack of board game titles and like use those.
That's right.
I want to make everything board games. You know me.
I know you. And that's your number 7.
That was my number 7.
Trash Talk.
It's good.
Provided to us by Friendly Skeleton. My number 6 is Sky Team from Scorpion Mask and Hachette. And for those of you who enjoy co-ops, hey, this is yet another co-op. And hey, for those of you who like dice manipulation, this is yet another dice manipulation game where you are trying to work together, pilot and co-pilot, to try to land a plane. So you're going to be descending 1,000 feet every turn. You have to try to lower the flaps and lower the landing gear and
alignment with the plane.
Alignment and make sure that the engines are going just right.
Shoot the other planes out of the sky.
What? You're not shooting the other planes out of the
I'm
sky.
pretty sure that's what you're doing.
No, you're basically telling the tower to move that because it's a radio ability. You're radioing to get the planes out of your way. That's not it.
Get out of my way. I'm coming through.
So,
5 a row.
so I roll my dice behind the screen. Steph rolls her dice behind her screen, and then we cannot talk about what we're going to play. We have to play them sort of blindly. And so with the left and right, if I play a bigger number than her, it's going to tip towards me. And if she plays a bigger number than me, it's going to dip towards her. And we have to land this plane flat with no planes in the way by the time we hit the runway, and the flaps extended, and the landing gear down, and we brake successfully at the end. And so we've beaten the first level, and I guess that would be that, unless there were no difficulty increases and additions. It comes with several different airports where you have shorter runways or shorter time to get to the runway, or you've got to go around a mountain, which means you have to go around and then back again. There are some things that planes will appear all of a sudden because the airport is busy. I love the additional challenges that
the game provides.
That the game will throw at you as you get better. And I mean, that's what you want with a game is replayability. And I've realized in myself, I tend to rate a game higher if it is highly replayable. And a lot of the games on this list are highly replayable.
Oh, for sure.
And this is no exception. This barely missed your list.
I think this was number 11, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
it's
she did give me a little bit of a spoiler. You know how I say that you don't tell me what it is? You're like, I hope Sky Team made your list. And I'm like,
because I want to talk about it. I do like it a lot.
Well, it did make my list, but why? And she says it made number 11.
Yep. That's what happened there.
So, yeah.
I do like it quite a bit.
Definitely worth checking out. Sky Team, provided to us by Hachette.
My number 6 is Freelancers, a Crossroads game.
Provided to us by Plaid Hat Games.
That's right. We played through the first whole scenario, which is, it's not short, right? It's long. It's you can break it up into many sections, and when you want to pause it, you can. There is an app that you'll use that is all online, so you can just like pull up a web page and start playing, and it will save your game, which is great.
That's awesome.
But during the game, you are basically freelancers. You're trying to get paid however you can. You and your group of other freelancers that it's kind of cooperative, but also kind of not. But it is.
It's co-op.
We're a party of weird critters.
Weird critters.
I was a bug. What? So you go through. If you've played
other spoilers coming.
If you've played other Crossroad games or the Plaid Hat series with the books, it's kind of the same idea as like Forgotten Waters, just a different theme. But you're doing different things in the game, which is driven by this app. And you go to these locations, have encounters. And then there's like a real-time element for placing. It's like a worker placement part of the game that you can do. But everybody has their own individual role that they're taking care of. So I was
something you have to do certain actions.
Yeah.
With some things, and sometimes you want to take the action that is best suited to your abilities, and sometimes you want to take an action that might give you that sweet loot that you've been looking for.
Yeah, and
like,
so
this guy.
You're trying to get stuff, and we played through all of map A, and then so we played that whole adventure where you do a whole thing, but you can really break it up.
You could break it up into parts,
and probably would, unless you're like us. Yeah, unless you just want to play through it, which I don't think it took us that long. Maybe 4 or 5 hours. We had dinner in there. Like it was.
We had dinner and it
was long. Yeah. Just because we were learning it, but they have this tutorial that we walked through, and that was really great.
Yeah, and you don't need the rules. So for those of you who are like,
hate the rules. Let's start.
So, well, for those who say I hate rules, I just want to start. This is great for
This
you.
is really good for you.
But there's a lot of people out there who go app-based game. Nope, don't want it. Don't need it. Don't want any part of it. So, let me give you 2 reasons why you should consider it. Number 1, the app, you can get it on your phone or on iOS or Android, but it is primarily a web-based app. But for those of you who say, well, what happens when Plaid Hat Games goes out of business? You know, because those sort of things happen. Those of you who have purchased games on iOS and Android before know the pain. It is real. They offer a complete installable package, or it's either downloadable or installable. And it will go onto your computer, and you don't need an internet connection in order to make that work. That was fantastic that they would do that, is that they would bundle up all of their web app pages, bundle it up into its own little standalone thing, so that if for some reason something were to happen, you don't actually have to have an internet connection or access to their website. So,
That's good.
yeah. And sound effects, voices, it's all super cute.
It's well done. Yeah, there's a little bit of dice rolling, but you can get other people to lose health so you can re-roll. So it's all good. Just make them lose some health. Roll again.
No, it's
stress.
making stress happen.
You stress them out.
Yes. So this is a game we have not played on stream yet, but we are really looking forward to it.
We're planning on it in the near future. Maybe we'll dedicate a night and just go through a whole map B.
Maybe so.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, or at least the first. Actually, I almost don't want to spoil it. I want to go through the first part and then say, if you want to see more, you might want to purchase this game.
Yeah, but there's so many maps. There's at least 3 maps.
No, I think there's 5, and there are more that are. I think there are more that are either coming or downloadable or something.
It's amazing. All this is different.
That
content.
increases the content. I mean, it's so good.
And you play different characters and different So what's really cool about this game also is that you get titles. I mean, it keeps you laughing.
The winner of the game is who has received the most titles. It's so funny. The winner of the game.
You know, it's
co-op.
It's co-op, but yeah. So you collect these different titles, and it's just so funny. It's funny. I ended up being a cannibal
because so you chose
my many titles.
Okay, so she was a bug. She didn't know it was a bug.
Cute little bunny
butterfly.
I mean,
it looked like a cross between a bunny and a butterfly on stilts.
Yeah. He has a little fox friend on his shoulder.
Yeah, he does.
It's cute.
But you chose an option, and you weren't even thinking about the option. We were at a bar at a pub, and you chose to drink the bug juice.
I did.
And so we're going through this adventure, this one piece of the adventure. She drinks the bug juice, and she gets whatever she gets, and she says, the app asks, "Was this character your character?" And we were like, yes. And it said that you get the title, The Cannibal. It was hilarious.
It was really funny.
Love it.
It was really funny. It was it's unexpected, but still funny. Like, that's just one example. Like, there were tons of examples like that happened during our game. And it's an ongoing, and we had a lot of fun with it. So
yeah. Though, you know who has the most titles?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm powerful executive producer.
Well, why don't you get the stream to work sooner?
Blue fuzzy butt. Senor Azul.
All right. Great for you.
This one.
He didn't play any games, so he shouldn't even be here.
Oh. That's so rude.
Okay.
Okay, what are we on? What number?
We're on Michael's number 5.
My number 5. No spoilers, Azul. Okay. My number 5 is from Sashi, and Sashi provided to us by them. It is Come Sail Away.
Come sail away. Come sail away.
Sailing away.
No, you need
So
it.
an open cause for the emergency.
I mean, it's really hard not to sing.
It really is. So everyone has sent your little stream. So in comes Sail Away. You are trying to bring in your cruise line guests, and
Keep
based
them happy.
on their color, red or blue or green or yellow or black, trying to put them into their guest rooms, keep them happy, put them into dining rooms or in the theater or the salon or wherever, just basically to just keep these guests happy. And if they have luggage on the card, you definitely want to put them into their guest room, because if you do, you're going to get a little luggage bonus, which is going to open up more rooms, which is going to give you more bonuses. And if you can fill up a room, hey, you're going to get even more points. And that's the goal of the game, is to get a bunch of points. Now, obviously, this has the same artwork as in the line in front of the elevators or whatever.
All of Sashi and Sashi games.
All of them. They all look quite the same. But this one is absolutely my favorite Sashi and Sashi title. Whoa.
Did you play Let's Make a Bus Route?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think this might be.
They're with it though. This is still. This game is great. I love it. So I'm very. It's puzzly.
It is puzzly. I like puzzly.
Yeah.
And so I like it. You have to choose between two cards, and those are the passengers that are coming on. And whatever I take, then you have to, whatever I don't take, you have to deal with, and maybe you have to deal with those passengers. And so I sort of like how that is. So yeah,
it's a great game.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come and sail away with me. That's
nope. Number 5 for me is
5 for you.
Ensemble.
Yeah, I didn't play this game.
Nope. This is from Aries Games. I played at Gen Con. I don't own it.
While I was on shift.
Oh, I know. So this was not a review copy. This was just because I love it.
Just because you love it.
I know. It's great. This is a cooperative party game where people can easily come in and out. You don't always have party games where people can just join in and then drop out because they're going to go get some nachos in the kitchen and then come back and join it or whatever, This is a game where if you're waiting for game day to start and people are periodically coming in the door, this is perfect. Because you can play up to like 10 people or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous. And so what you're doing is you have a card, and then you have to compare it to one of the cards on the display. And everybody has to reveal number 3. And if you say number 3 as well, we match. Then we add another card to the line. And we have a card in there. Yeah, or whatever it is. Whatever you think it is. And if we can match all along, it's basically like trash talk. It's like a trash talk kind of game. And so with all these cards that you're doing, however, if you get something wrong, then you start losing your hearts. And so you
don't lose your heart.
Don't lose your heart. So you don't want to do that. And you win the game if you get all 9 levels complete, which I think I played it 3 times or so, but we didn't come anywhere close to it.
Trash Talk has 9 levels.
Something like that. I mean, they're pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very, very good game. So
maybe that's why they both made your list.
That is, I mean, they're both great.
Please send us a copy.
I mean, for real, I want to play it again.
Look how colorful that box is.
I mean, it has nothing to do with music.
What?
You're ensembling together to try and play the song of like the card matching, I guess. I don't really know, but there's no real connection to the box cover and name of the game. I don't know why they named it.
Seamless.
Yes, I would say so. Like a Dixit sort of thing, but yeah. Okay, that was my number something.
Number something. How about 5?
That was my number 5.
So now my number 4.
Oh.
Was provided to us by Mighty Boards.
It's true.
We played this on stream.
Just the other day.
And it is called Art Society. Whoa. With the really cool double layer box. I guess you could say. In Art Society, you are going to be drafting all of these artwork tiles by bidding. You're actually holding up your little bid markers
Yeah.
that are from like 1 to 20, and the higher the bid marker, the higher the sooner you're going to be drafting the artwork. Then you're going to place it in your own personal art gallery, and you don't want to create a faux pas by
no faux pas.
No faux pas. And so by putting a blue themed artwork next to another blue themed artwork, shouldn't do that. Nope. But you do want to match the frames next to each other to get extra bonuses, to put more things on your wall, to try to fill up your wall faster than the other players. Wow. And so that is Art Society. I think that you also enjoyed Art Society quite a bit because you love drafting, you love tile placement, you love set collection, and it's
the thing with this game is that
it's sort of auction, but sort of not because of those holding up the bid things,
right? Because you only get one bid. You only get one bid. You don't get to actually like raise your bid like for an object, even though you might want to. The thing about this game is you would think it's kind of been done, been there, seen that, but it's just it once you get into it, it feels different than what you imagine it to be, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you're playing it, it's like you have your mind on what you want it to look like. You have your mind on what piece you need, and then if it shows up, you're like, oh my god, I need that piece. And then or if it doesn't show up, then you're like, why is this piece not coming out? And you're trying really hard to get this one piece. Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
I don't know. So. It just gives you some good feelings. And I really like this game. Yeah, for sure.
So that's Art Society, provided by Mighty Boards.
Yep. My number 4 is...
I see I have some fans out there.
Yeah, everybody loves you.
Yeah, I love them too. Puppet poker.
Can I talk? Maybe you can say the name of the game for me because I don't know how.
Okay.
My number 4 is
Oranienburger Kanal from Spielwerks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's German.
Oranienburger.
Orien. I like burgers.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I thought this game would be higher on my list when I played it, but I don't know. I'm like an Uwe Rosenberg snob, and maybe nothing can pass like my favorites. I don't know. I already love Fields of Arle. I already love, Feast for Odin. This one, I like this better than all of like his polyomino games. Like the lighter polyomino games. Stop! I'm talking. Oh my gosh. This is like a mashup between Ora et Labora and like not really Fields of Arle, but you're trying to place these cards and roads and everything in specific ways, and you're managing resources, and it has the wheel resources, so if you turn it enough, then you could start making glass. I mean, not glass, but you know what I mean for glass road. And like, it's the idea of that wheel of that you're managing. You lose some number of resources to get the other resources. You can do that. And that's the only way to get the specialized resources. So it's an interesting game, and it's one that I definitely need to explore more of. So I was impressed. I was impressed by this. I was kind of, my hopes were like a 10 out of 10 range. So I think I was a little I had the highest hopes, right? And so I was a little let down, but it's still very good. So
yeah, I think you described it, since I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I said, would I like it? And you said yes. It's sort of as if Glass Road and Agricola, and something else had a baby.
Ora Labora.
Ora et Labora, yeah, because I haven't played Ora yet.
Yeah. What's good about this game, which I think you will really appreciate, is that there's like a million cards, and you only use like this many.
I love it.
And then there's like there's like this many, but there's like this many. Like, but it could be anything.
I love that.
You don't know what you're gonna get for this
Right.
game, so you can't plan on that one card being there. So that's done well, and I can appreciate that.
That's not correct.
Boop, boop. So yeah, that was my number 4.
Yes. So my number 3 is, we've already talked about it.
I know, it's pretty high on your list.
Yeah, Tesseract by Smirk and Laughter.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't let the Tesseract explode. And so Heroic says he missed the top 5. No, you're gonna see the top 5. You missed the bottom 5 of the top 10, but we're gonna go over it again at the very end, as we do.
Yeah.
Other games.
Yeah. So, Tesseract, super fun. Don't let the Tesseract explode. Make sure to contain all of the cubes. You're gonna need every color and every number on your board. So what? 24 different, 4 colors, 6 numbers on the 6-sided dice.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 colors. Yeah.
And if you have, if you're wondering how this game plays, then you should check out our stream.
Yeah.
Because we've already played it.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's well done.
I agree.
And I like the little lazy Susan.
Yes.
It's like perfect.
Yes. Lowercase L, lowercase s, because it's not a real Susan. It's just called a lazy Susan.
I mean, that's what it's called. I don't know what else. Turntable? I don't know.
Turntable.
Sure. Okay. That was your number 3. My number 3.
That's Montana.
My number 3 is actually just talked about. It is Come Sail Away.
Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away. Shh. No.
I need you to go back to bed. Okay. This is
That's in my hair.
This is a great puzzly game, and it plays out super quickly. You're never like looking for actions to do because you're constantly thinking about what you're planning to do. So if you see the combination you need, you're just gonna take it. It's just like it's juicy decisions, but it's easy.
Juicy.
It makes sense. Everything makes sense, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely recommend Come Sail Away. Sashi and Sashi mentioned to me that they are going to go to Ensemble for the first time this year. So
Whoa.
if you're going to be there, definitely be on the lookout for this game and all of their other games. They're going to be with the Oink team and the Itten team at the same location booth. So if you can find the Oink guys, you'll find Sashi and Sashi for the first time at Ensemble. So that's excited for them. And
I haven't been to Essen yet. You've been.
Oh yeah.
2 times.
Yeah. It's
Someday.
lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. So yes, I was very happy to get the chance to play this game, and I'm very happy to say that it is also great. So staple in the collection now is not leaving.
That's right. It's not leaving.
Nope. All right. Hey, guess what?
Hey, guess what? My number 2.
We have the same number 2.
Whoa.
I know. What's
So
up with that?
it'll be a surprise for
Senor
everybody.
Azul, was it your number 2 as well?
Yep.
You didn't even play.
No. But it had the nice pieces.
Oh, you just like to eat them.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well,
Don't judge me.
it is. You can say it, Michael.
Zhanguo, the First Empire from, sorry, we are French, not Chinese. Provided to us by, sorry, we are French. This is an update and refresh of the original Zhanguo. And so I had not played the original. Steph has.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had to break it out and see where the differences were to the original. So this includes a whole extra module, part of the map over on the far right side.
Yeah, it's like the river track is is in this edition, this
Yes.
new edition.
And it changes how the walls operate. The walls are no longer built between lands. The walls are built just at the top of the board, but it adds a couple of other mechanics in there. It makes a 3x3 grid instead of a 3x2 grid up in the top left corner.
For the scoring features,
Mhm.
and that are also you're capable of like changing those up. There's a lot of variability with the setup and everything, so there's that they've done that well. The way that you use your workers have changed a little bit. So if you're familiar with the old one, it's actually been quite updated, I would say. It's just it feels different. You're doing different things, but it feels similar because you're still playing the cards the same way, which is, in my opinion, the best part of this game is figuring out how to use the cards.
Right.
So it's a thing of beauty. I've loved this game since the other one came out. I've been played it many times.
It stayed on your shelf then. It's definitely staying on your shelf now.
Yeah, if you were to ask me which is better, I can't really say. They're both really good in their own way. So I don't know. That's one to think on for sure.
Yeah, to have to consider which one that you plan to keep.
I do love the new river though.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's tough.
So if you like crunchy Euros and you like card-based Euro play, you're probably going to enjoy Zhanguo, the First Empire.
Yeah, if you're a Euro gamer, this is one you should definitely play.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 2 on our list.
Yeah.
And very high up in our hearts.
Yeah.
So
it was gonna be number 1 until my number 1 happened.
Your number 1 and my number 1, which are different.
They are different.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, your number 1 is first.
Number 1 is first because you are the star of the show.
That was the star of the show.
Nope.
Well, no, you're the executive producer. This is Steph's channel.
Yeah.
Even if you produce the show. But my number 1, we've already talked about it. I thought it was fantastic. Freelancers, a Crossroads game from Plaid Hat. It hits those RPG elements for me. It hits those worker placement elements for me. It hits those dice chucking aspects for me. I think they did a really good job with the voices and the sound effects and the really interesting way that they come up with the titles. Or another example, we encountered a group of frogs as we were progressing down the path, and I'm not sure whether these are randomly generated, but we found these frogs. We had a frog in our party, and it was like, do you have this particular ally? Why, yes, we do. That opened up an entire storyline for us. If you enjoy games like this, I can't recommend it enough. Definitely hit number 1 on my list. The only thing that knocked Zhanguo out for me, there it is. Freelancers, a Crossroads game.
Yeah, totally. I get it. It's a lot of fun. So I get it. Really good game.
Stacey, is that a surprise coming from Plaid Hat? That's right.
Well, they've been making pretty good games recently. Like Hickory Dickory is great.
Mm-hmm.
We loved Familiar Tales. That was also an adventure book kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I mean, they've been coming out with some good ones in the past few years. So
Yes.
not surprised to see the continuation of this. They're just making the ideas better. The themes are cool still, and like they're just continuing good work, in my opinion.
Yes.
So my number 1, probably not a big surprise.
Not a surprise at all.
Not that game.
Not a surprise at all.
I didn't change it. That was a
it.
surprise to me. I was like, whoops, that's not right.
Zhanguo is so good. It's number 1 and number 2.
Imagine that.
But no, that's not it. It is
Art Society.
Provided by Mighty Boards.
This game just hits all the right things for me. I love it very, very, very much. I love auction games in general. I like playing new auction games. This kind of gives me a feeling of an auction game because you really need to place your bid appropriately if there's a tile you need. But you don't want to necessarily give up all your best cards early because you might need something later and you'll regret it. So,
Shows that don't want to give up all of your worst ones.
yeah, it's good. It's good to go last
It's
too.
good to go last too.
It's a nice balancing act that you do here in this game. We've only played it 2 players. I feel like it'll be.
Gotta be better with 3 and 4.
I think it will be really good with 3 and 4. So I'm very excited for this game. I'm excited for people to experience it like I've experienced it and get to play this. I believe it's due out at the end of this year, so definitely be on the lookout for this game because it is really well done. I just love tile placement anyway, and like trying to puzzle in all these things for me is like a lot of fun, but also that excellent like bidding mechanic just really hits home for me. You know, it wasn't going to be this high on my list, but after our second play, I'm like, this game is just everything.
So-
I just want to keep playing it and playing it. And if this game ever showed up on BGA, it'd be like the only thing I play. Like, I love it.
Number 3.
No, not number 3.
Well,
So it's a really, really great game. All right. Now what?
Now we're gonna go down.
He played one game.
Oh, what game did he play?
He played one game with me.
and
He doesn't remember. He did lose. I remember that.
here's what I don't remember.
it's good. It's out of his mind. It was his favorite though, because it's the only one he
Yeah,
played.
that's the only one up here. But I ate some fish in one of the games that we played the other day.
Oh,
Those
good.
are some good fish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so my number 10 was Tucana Builders from Aporta Games. Number 9, Neotopia from Arcane Wonders. Number 8, Disney Animated from Funko. Number 7, The Perfect Way from The Op. Number 6, Sky Team from Scorpion Mask and Hachette. Number 5, Come Sail Away from Sashi and Sashi. Number 4, Art Society from Mighty Boards. Number 3, Tesseract from Smirk and Laughter. Number 2, Zhanguo, The First Empire from Sorry, We Are French. And number 1, Freelancers, a Crossroads game from Plaid Hat.
Yep. My number 10, Tucana Builders. Number 9, Tesseract. Number 8, The Perfect Wave. Number 7, Trash Talk. Number 6, Freelancers. Number 5, Ensemble. Number 4, Oranienburger. Kanal? Burger. Number 3, Come Sail Away. Number 2, Zhanguo. Did I say it right? Zhanguo. Number 1, Art Society. Really solid month of games, and so many of them I want to play again right now.
I know.
Let's play.
Let's play.
It was good. It was a really good month.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what other games we have on the couch that we will hopefully get to play in the near future and maybe make our list for September.
Can't wait to show them Freelancers.
I know. I'm very excited for that.
Yep.
So if you like what you saw here, please join us on Twitch.
Every Wednesday and Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Central, where we play how many games, Senor Azul?
3.
3 games every single stream, where we do full teaches and playthroughs. So come join us on Twitch, where we play
All the games.
Yes, what they said.
Yes, that's what we said.
Yeah.
For those on Twitch, hang around and we will be right back.
Twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph.